Welcome, Facebook. Okay, let's wait for people to join in. Instagram, sorting you out now. Let's wait for people to join in. Okay, I'm going live now on Instagram. Facebook, waiting for people to join in. Okay. And we're live on Instagram too right now. Welcome Instagram, welcome Facebook. I'm waiting for people to join in Facebook so that we could kickstart today's entrepreneur's testimony. Okay, network check. Hi, welcome to the entrepreneur's testimony here on Facebook. And I am Tiana Adebayo, aka Tiana's Autograph, and I'll be your host for today on the entrepreneur's testimony. You are on Instagram. Can you come to Facebook? I've seen you. Our guest is here, but she's on Instagram. Come to Facebook and send in the request, please. Come to Facebook and send in the request. Thank you. Instagram is getting hot to Facebook. Where are you people? I think we should switch over to Instagram. Facebook is not ready for us. Facebook, come on. Instagram, I see you. STQ Slick, I see you. Welcome, thank you so much. Facebook, if you're here, send in your request. Ekemzconfectioneries on Instagram. Can you come to Facebook? Our guest today, she's on Instagram. Or would you want us to have the section on Instagram? Is that more comfortable for you? The only thing I like about Instagram is, yes, it's there, but you can't compare it to Facebook. Facebook is more reliable. Your videos can stay for years on Facebook and it can just come across to anybody. So that's why I prefer to use Facebook. Why Instagram has to be with your already friends, like people you're already friends with. That's the thing with Instagram. Okay, Facebook, we're here. It's coming. Invite. She's here. So hi Fortune. I just saw my baby's picture here. So much. I'm adding her right now. She'll be here in 5 minutes. So just accepted. So guys, this person is an amazing person. She's beautiful and she's here. Hello.
Hi, Tiana.
It's good to have you. Can you introduce yourself so that people that don't know you, me, I know you, or people that don't know you, anytime they come across video, you'll be able to tell.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Ekemena Ige, CEO of Ekemzconfectioneries.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where are you from? Where is the name from? Ekems. Where is the name from?
I'm from
Instagram. I hope
Delta
you can hear
State,
her.
but
Oh, very
I'm based in Port
beautiful.
Harcourt.
Okay. What do you do?
Eh, in fact, I do a lot.
Okay.
I'm
That's what
into,
that's what the platform is for. Express yourself.
I'm into cakes and pastries. I'm into catering and a little of buying and selling. A little of that.
What do you buy? What do you sell? Instagram. I hope you can hear her. I hope you can hear me. I see Internet Black. Welcome. I hope you guys can hear. So what do you buy? What do you sell?
Sometimes I just want to do business and I buy
Okay.
stuffs like clothes, shoes from the market and I sell out. Sometimes,
Oh,
not all the time though.
so what is your main business? What do you do?
Okay, my main business is cakes and pastries, then catering.
Cakes and pastries. How long have you been doing that?
I've been in the field for since 2014. So
That's
I would
been a long
say,
time.
yeah, I would say 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah, but initially I was on and off
Okay.
because I really didn't go to any training school. I just come from this I just come from this family where we like cooking.
Okay.
Yes. So I've just been doing it small small. I have aunties that are into catering and cakes, but
Yeah.
let's just say I've never been really interested until
Okay.
I graduated from the university. Even after I graduated from the university, I still wasn't interested. In fact, I went to learn tailoring. I
Mm.
learned tailoring, but when I was done learning, I didn't have the interest in it. So now, after school, you need something to do before NYSC and all that. So by the time I go home, I just felt okay. I needed to do something to at least earn me some money. Let me at least have money to buy recharge card, at least.
I tell
So I
you.
started doing I started doing cupcakes, and
Okay.
I only started doing cupcakes because of some little memory I have of being at my auntie's place and she's always baking, and I know some little things that she does. So I just started like that. So by the time I started and I told myself, the first one I did didn't come out well, obviously. And I went on YouTube. By the time I was on
University of
YouTube, I
YouTube.
became I became very serious. Yeah. So I was doing cupcakes and I was selling them just like that. And NYSC came along. So
Okay.
by the time NYSC came along, I was still doing the YouTube thing because at a point I just found out that I had so much interest in baking.
Yeah.
So I took the YouTube thing serious. So sometimes if I'm less busy, I'll just buy ingredients from the market and I'll be like, okay, let me try this out and see the outcome. It comes out well. So by the time I went for NYSC, I had, apart from the normal government allowance, I had a side also, which was baking because I was in an interior village in Akwa Ibom State. So by the time my fellow coppers found out that I was into baking, someone wants to do birthday. Oh. Of course, I was in the village. I didn't have an oven or something. I would use stove to bake. And
Mm.
the main market where you usually get those stuffs from is far. But I didn't mind. I would go that far just to get it done, just so that I would get used to whatever I was doing. So that was it. And I remember one day a copper just came to meet me. I was like, Mena, you can bake. Oh. I know how to do peanuts. Why don't you teach me how to make cake so that I'll teach you how to do
Okay.
peanuts? And I'm a very fast learner. So she just came one day and I taught her how to make cake. And the following day, she was like, okay, I'm going to make peanuts today so you can come so that you see what I'm doing. And by the following day, I was with her. We made the peanuts together. She was doing it and selling in that community, but I knew I wanted something more. So I was doing it in bigger
She was a
cans.
copper too, right? She was a
Yes, she was
copper.
a copper, yeah.
Okay.
So I was doing it in bigger cans and I was taking it to Uyo to sell. So little by little, I was marketing it on my Facebook page. Some friends outside the state to be like, this thing, is it going to be nice? Is it going to... So by the time they started getting it, it was tasting nicer than even the one of the person that taught me. So I just didn't want to do the usual because I'm this kind of person that I like to do things the way that if I'm the one that gets it from the market, I'll love it. So I don't just do
Some
quantity. I prefer quality.
people,
Yeah. I don't just do quantity. I prefer quality. So that's what I was doing. So by the time she taught me, if she was using 2 eggs, I told myself, okay, what if I add an extra egg? It will be sweeter.
yeah.
That's what I was doing. Yeah. Even in cake, that's what I was doing. So little by little, as I was baking, my hands were getting stronger, and people would be like, "Which training school did you go to?" And even up till today, I tell people that I didn't go for any training in baking. But sometimes some persons doubt, and some other persons will be like, "Are you sure? You just went somewhere, learned for 1 week, and you left." I just tell them that I didn't learn from anywhere. I learned from the internet. Maybe because I had a passion for it. That's why it
Yeah.
turned out this way. I don't know. But when it comes to that, I learned from the internet. And somehow, of course, we are humans. You can't be all perfect. But I can say that I am near perfection when it comes to baking. Then, in the aspect of catering, well, I have always loved the kitchen. Just that I haven't really used it as a business up until earlier this year.
Mm.
Up until earlier this year,
Okay.
I just,
The good thing about you is you had the foundation. You said you come from a home that cooked. Your auntie was cooking. Did that make that
yeah.
easy for you? Did she provide you with funds you needed? Was her cooking like commercial too? Did you get your customers, especially your first clients, did you get them from your auntie's background?
Okay, these aunties that cook that I'm talking about, I don't live with them. One is in Port Harcourt,
Okay.
one is in Lagos. So it's just a few times, maybe when I'm in Lagos and I'm in a house and she has a contract of cooking, I'll just be opportuned to be in the environment and all that. Then for the one in Port Harcourt, she okay, let me go by the time I finished NYC, I relocated back to Port Harcourt and I was working. I was
Okay.
doing a 8 to 5 job. But after 2 years, I was doing it and I was baking on the side. But it became
Mm.
really, really stressful. I couldn't manage both.
Eight, eight
And
to five, and you were still baking.
yes, I couldn't I
Wow.
couldn't manage both. Sometimes if I have to bake, I'll be like, okay, when I get back from work, I'll work all night. That was the only way. I was
Mm.
baking all night just so that I could meet up with clients, orders, and all that. But it got to a point I couldn't manage both because I barely had time for myself. So I just told myself, you know what, let this 8 to 5 go. This is your own
One had to
personal
go.
business.
One
Yeah.
had to
This is your
go.
own this is your own personal business. Maybe when you dedicate more time to it, you definitely see a good outcome and all that. So that's how I was managing just baking. I didn't really have much clients. Then most of my clients then for
Yes,
cakes
I
were just my
really want
friends.
to know how, okay, your client base started with your friends,
Yes,
people you know.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
people I know. Then by the
Okay.
time I bake, and they'll be like, do you know someone that bakes? Yeah, so I know a girl that bakes, so and
Okay.
I was getting contacts and all that. But at some point, at some point, I had to relocate from where I was. I think that was in 2019. I had to relocate from where I was. So it was like leaving one end of Port Harcourt to the other end of Port Harcourt. Where I
Where did you
was,
relocate to?
I relocated to Transamadi in Port Harcourt. I was living on East West
Okay.
Road in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
And most of my clients then were based on that around, were based around that East-West road.
Yeah.
And you know that this delivery thing then wasn't really, it
The
wasn't
thing wasn't
really
really
this
that
common.
thing.
Yeah, it wasn't really this common. So by the time they ask you and you tell them, oh, I've moved, or this is where I am now, they'll be like, ah, that place is far. Okay, let me just call someone else. So initially, after I moved, it was a bit of a problem, but I just told myself, this is a new place. You can have your client base if you want to have your client base. And by
That's
the time I moved,
self-determination.
yeah, by the time I moved, I became closer to my auntie that cooks in Port Harcourt. So she knows that I'm very handy when it
Yeah.
comes to working, normal chores and all that. So when she has contract, she'll call me that, oh, she has a cooking job where I should come around. I'll go there and we'll do the job together. So as time goes on, I realized that I could even do more in cooking that I didn't know. I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah,
I,
you got some more
I,
experience.
yes, I didn't limit myself to just a very small pot of food anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even when I started with, okay, yes, I can cook 3 pints of rice. By the time you ask me, it's only 3 pints I've seen you cook. Oh, can you cook a bag of rice? I'll tell you yes. Do you understand? I won't tell myself that no, you've not done that quantity before. Are you
And
sure
push
that you can do it?
it away.
Yes,
Yes.
and push it away. I'll tell you yes, that I can do it very well and perfectly well. So by the time I was doing that, I became the sole chef for my aunt.
Mm.
I was the one cooking all the meals whenever she had a job and all that.
She
So
had
I
a restaurant, or
just
she was just a contract cook. She had a
she
restaurant,
she
or just
had
one.
she had a Mr. Biggs
Okay.
years before now that she closed
Okay.
down. So she
Okay.
started doing outdoor catering. Yeah. So
Okay.
earlier this year, I just told myself, okay, instead of just cooking for her alone, since you do baking on the side, there there are clients that you can just tell, okay, I'm into catering, no, in case, even if it's a bowl of food, and you tell me, okay, I need also food in my house. Of course, people do it in Lagos a lot. I need a bowl of food in my house, 2 liters, 5 liters,
Yeah.
whatever quantity you want. So I started doing that, and
Mm.
before I knew what was going on, I've started cooking on my own for occasions already. But I still cook for my aunt together. So if I have a
It's your
job,
own.
yeah, if I have a job, I will tell her, okay, okay, if she has a job, she'll tell me, I have a job, oh, for so, so, and so. She'll be like, okay, check your calendar if you also have a job. If you don't, then I will take this particular job, then we'll do it. But
So it became
I had to
a
tell her,
collaboration kind of thing.
yeah, I had to tell her at some point that it doesn't mean if I'm not around, you won't get contracts if I have my own job. Because there are other staffs that we cook together. Sorry, my light has gone off. There are other staffs that we cook together, and they are trying to. So I just say, you can get it. These other people, they can go ahead with the job, even if I'm not around. Like last weekend, I had a catering job in Delta State, Abo in Delta State, and she also had a job. I just told her the other people can do it even if I'm not around. You understand?
You
So
you
that
guys
it's
have been
not
together for how many years now?
2 years
You
plus.
started working.
Two
Okay,
years
just
plus.
2 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
just 2 years plus.
Okay.
So
Okay.
she just said, okay, let's see if the other people can do it. And the other people did it perfectly well.
Yeah.
And I had my own job in Delta State and all that. So I
I
just
attended to it.
by the time I was done, she now said, okay, this weekend we have another job. Oh. I said, no problem, I'll be around. So that's just it. For the cooking, it's just something that is inbuilt. Let me put it that way. It's
Cooking
something that
seems easy. Since you're just cooking from your door, like you don't need to buy much extra things. You have pot, you have, so you didn't need any. There was no like startup capital haste or problem. Since you had cooking is
then
like you have everything at home, so you just needed to cook
yeah,
and
there
move
was
out
no,
there.
I didn't need capital for that. Okay, when I'm in if I have a cooking in Port Harcourt, I come to my auntie's house and I get the stuff
Okay.
I need
Yeah.
to cook. Basically, the cooking jobs I've had is Port Harcourt and Delta State because I am from Delta State. My parents lived in Delta State. So my mom, I lost my mom mid this year, like in June this year. So by
My
the time I
condolence.
started, thank you. By the time I started that, she picked interest in it. By the time I started cooking on my own, she picked interest in it, and she'll be like, whenever I'm home, maybe a family function is going on, or a friend of hers is doing something, she'll be like, come, let's cook small thing for the person, and she knows that I'll do it well. So with that, she was buying all the bigger pots, the bigger food warmers and all that. So she bought a lot of them.
Mm.
She has a lot
Lot
of them.
yes.
Yeah, she has a lot of
Yeah.
them in the house. So if I have a cooking in Delta State, it's very easy for me because I already have what I'm going to use. Then if I have a cooking in Port Harcourt, it's still easier for me because I already have what I'm going to use. So that's
Okay, I'll come back to
just
that.
it.
Let's take some love and likes. I see you, Milani. I see you, do good job.
Hi,
Milani said, love you
Melanie.
guys, love you.
Love
I
you
can't see
too.
people that are here, but sometimes when I see like flash, I can tell. I see my guy Uzoma Calabo. I can see you, Kala. The lights just fly. I can't really see them. Innocent, Infinite Black. I see you, Instagram people. Ethic Sleek. I see you. Thank you so much, guys, for doing this with me. This is Entrepreneur's Testimony, and today we are having a King's Joy. Thank you so much. We do good joy. Our ED family. I love you guys. You guys know we're down with you. You guys are amazing. So this
Thank
is
you.
Entrepreneur's Testimony, where we take entrepreneurs, their accounts, their story. And today we have a king. She's telling us how the journey has been for her, coming and all that. So if you have questions, please send in your questions. She's going to be answering you in a few minutes because she runs. So we're taking questions. So back to you. I know your journey sounded so smooth, but there is no perfect hope. So I know that there must be some
At
rocky
all,
side of the
at
journey.
all.
What was your challenges?
And when it comes to business, of course,
I
the challenges
can't hear
never
you. Did
end.
you change? Did you use earpiece or something now? You lost your
Can you hear me
voice.
now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, when it comes to business, the challenges never end. That's one thing that a lot of us as entrepreneurs has come to accept. So, so sometimes initially I had challenges here because I could stay for months before getting cake jobs, but
Okay.
I didn't mind because then my client base wasn't this wild as it is now. So sometimes I'll be like, God, I've not had any baking job in the past 1 month. What's really going on? So sometimes while I'm contemplating, I'll just get a message, please, I need a cake. And it has seasons. Our kind of job has seasons. This season of merriment, it comes like that. You have jobs almost every week and you don't even have time to rest. Sometimes, let's just say between January till like April, it might just go very slow. Do you understand? But when it's
January to
getting to,
April.
yeah, but when it's getting to the season of September, October, November, December, the jobs like in the
Yep.
past, like in the past 5 weeks, I've not had any weekend to myself in the past five
Mm.
weeks. Yeah, I've not had any weekend to myself. But before then, I hadn't worked in like 2 months.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Before then, I hadn't
Yeah.
worked in like 2 months. But I have this, I have this spirit-filled, I'm this spirit-filled kind of person that sometimes it doesn't really bother me anymore. Before it used to, but right now it doesn't. So far, I have a little cash on the side to take care of my needs, and I'm just good. You get, sometimes you have a job of just a cake of 15, 20,000, and by the time you spend out of that money in buying whatever you need to make the cake, you find out that you're just left with maybe 4,000, 3,000, and all that. But it's your business, and you just
Yeah.
have to keep
Yeah.
pushing.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have to keep pushing.
Okay. So
Then
with this
sometimes,
break, yeah.
sometimes I'll just be like, wait, oh, is it that these people have forgotten that I bake and I cook? And by the time I just post my stuffs or my status on my WhatsApp status for like 2 days, a job might just come.
Oh,
Do you get?
yeah.
So I decided to be doing more of the publicity, and that has
Okay.
really, really helped. Yeah.
Babatunde Adenuga, thank you so much. You have been a blessing to me on this platform. You keep sharing my work. I love you. I appreciate what you do. Jim Brown, thank you so much. I see the love. I see the encouragement. Joy, thank you so much. You said well done. Fortune, I know I saw your likes. Fortune Pips, thank you so much, guys. You guys have been family. I don't take this love for granted. Ahmed, thank you so much for being here. You guys, if you have questions, send in your questions for her. Thank you. My barrister, I just saw your love. I saw your love. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I appreciate it big time. So I want to know something now. With your story, there used to be a whole lot of breaks. You said there's a time that a whole month, nothing, no jobs, nothing. What pushes you? Why are you in this business? What's that thing that is pushing you in this business that have made you not to give up? That even with all the breaks, you still are pushing. What's that thing?
Okay. I think I mentioned it earlier that it's something I have passion for.
Okay.
It is a passion, and sometimes I really don't crave the jobs because I need money. Do you understand? Sometimes I crave the jobs because whenever I'm doing it, I'm always happy. You get,
Yeah.
whenever I'm baking, I'm always happy. Whenever I'm cooking, I'm always happy. So sometimes it's really not about the fine. It's it's a business, so I
Yeah.
need the money. But if it's just about the money, then I'm sure that by the time I finish one job, I wouldn't want to do another immediately. I'll say, okay, let me rest first before I think of taking another job. But I don't do that. Even with the money in it and all that, whenever I have these
For you
jobs and I'm
to
doing
say
it,
for you to rest, does that mean the profit is usually that massive? Do you have that big, massive profit to
eh,
make you want to rest?
sometimes the higher the quantity,
Okay. So
sometimes the
there's
higher
money
the
in the
quantity,
business.
there
There's
is.
money in pastry
There
business.
is, I won't even lie. There is, if
Guys,
the jobs comes the way it should.
there's
There is, just
money
like
in it.
yes,
So
that I can't
where
lie
are you
about that.
looking at the brand in
Uh,
5 years?
in 5 years, all things being good, I'm looking at owning a bakery
I'm
first.
not hearing it.
I,
What did you say? Let's get that again.
okay, in 5 years,
Yes.
all things being equal, and by the grace of the Almighty, I'm looking at owning a bakery, my own space, where
Yeah.
I have one side of it for baking and I have the other side of it at a very massive kitchen where I'll be doing my catering jobs and all that.
In
But I
Nigeria, or
still have
you tend to travel out of Nigeria for that?
in
Do you have
Nigeria, I don't intend to relocate out of Nigeria. I
oh,
don't,
very purchase
except
story?
yeah, I don't intend relocating,
Mm.
except because I'm still a single lady, except
Okay.
I get married and the man tells
Marriage.
me, yeah, and the man tells me, we can't live in this country, we have to relocate to, and I will really need to think about it. But for relocating out of this country, it's never been a thing on my mind.
Hopefully, the country will make sure your
Bless us.
dreams come true in the
Yes,
bakery world and that
yes,
kitchen, the biggest kitchen
yes.
in Nigeria and in Africa. So, your last word for people that entrepreneurs that are thinking, should I go into business? What kind of business can I go into? Can I do it? I have passion for baking, but I don't know what to do. Are you opening to are you open to tutoring? Can people call you for tutoring if you want to learn this job? Are you open to it? And what is your last word for it?
For tutoring, it
Mentorship,
could
at
be
least.
okay,
Mentorship, tutoring.
mentorship. Eh, I would say whatever your mind tells you to do. Like I told you earlier, I learned tailoring after school, but I didn't do that at all because my spirit wasn't there, and I realized that that wasn't what I wanted to do in life. It's not like I started baking immediately after that. I still gave myself time to put my fingers on a particular thing that, okay, this is what I really, really have passion for and all that. Then in entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship, there are two sides to entrepreneurship. There is the handwork and there is buying and selling. So for the handwork, it sometimes it will get frustrating because you feel these hands are blessed and I'm doing something with it. Why can't people patronize me for it? Then at that point, if it is something that you don't have passion for, you realize that you just stop it. If it is something that you don't have passion for. But this thing called passion, it works a lot, especially in the aspect of the handwork. Whatever you are giving out is something that you make with your hands. If you have passion for it, I think it was because of the passion I had for it. That's why I learned really, really fast without going to any um, catering school or
Culinary
baking
school.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because of the passion that I have for it. Even up till today, people send me cakes that I've never done before, and I'll be like, fine. I'll go to the internet, and if it's a bit difficult, I'll be on that YouTube page all night, figuring out how it was done and what I should do. I still do it till this very time. I still do it. So if it's not something that you have passion for, you just tell the client, no, I'm not sure I can do this, or you give an excuse of I have jobs at hand, I won't be able to handle yours and all that. But whatever it is, I'll tell you no problem. I'll do it because it's my passion. Sometimes I sleep and I dream of making cakes.
Wow.
Sometimes, yes.
That's deep.
I sleep and I dream of making
Hope
cakes.
you
Sometimes I have
never
I have clients I have clients that come to me and they'll be like, Mena, my birthday is next week. My husband's birthday is next week. My child's birthday is next week. Okay, send me designs. They will tell me I don't have designs to send. Do whatever
just
you yes. And in cases like that, I prefer cases like that because that is where I even show myself more. Do you get?
yeah.
If you send me a design, I'll be like, okay, this one I can look here and I'll figure out what to do. But the one that you tell me, do whatever comes to your mind, I'll go far to do the extraordinary.
Hmm.
Do you understand? I will make
Yeah.
sure that I give the best since you did not give me a design. So that is the extent of my passion for the work. I've had a few students here and there, but most of them is just I want to learn this so that it will earn me money.
Mm.
Do you get? And
Yeah.
I realized that those that come like that, it takes time for them to learn. They are not fast learners.
Money
It takes
conscious
time.
people.
Yes, it takes time for them to learn. Then in the aspect of that money, that's when you have people that do quantity and not quality. Like right now in the baking industry, things are extremely expensive. Extremely, like in the last couple of months, it's been hell. Like you go to the shop and you get something today, and you go the next week is like 4 times the price that you got in the previous week. So it's really, really that bad. But whenever I get a job, I always make sure, okay, let me call my customer shop and ask the price of this so that I know exactly the price to give for a
How
cake.
to build.
Yes.
Mm.
But by the time I bill you for the cake and you tell me, it's too expensive, oh, I met someone that can do it cheaper, and I'll tell you no problem, because I can't go
That.
below what I do.
Mm.
But some of the persons that you have met that do it cheaper, they'll be like, okay, things are expensive, but if it is the 10,000 naira cake you want, I will give it to you. If I'm supposed to use 7 eggs, I'll end up using 5 eggs. If I'm supposed to use 2 cups of sugar, I'll end up using 1 cup of sugar. You get
Mm.
that quantity. Okay, let me do it for this person. And since this is the amount that the person had, but because of my passion for the work, I can't go
Below.
below my hands. It is what I do. It is what I do, and I believe in giving the best always, because I always want clients to come back. I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to do a job for you and that will be the end of our relationship. I don't do that. Yeah. I always want
Yeah.
clients to come back. So even sometimes I go the extra mile. Even if I'm not even supposed to give you that bigger size, I'll just do it like, okay, I want this particular client to come back. I might just do something extra in it for you and all that. So
So what would
that's
you
just
have for
the
people? What do you have for entrepreneurs like you? Dreaming entrepreneurs and established entrepreneurs. Because some people are struggling, like you said, there are breaks, there are times you don't get job a month. Some people must have felt so discouraged and all that. What
okay.
is your
Okay,
word for them?
for people that are still trying to become entrepreneurs, there's no it's not all rosy. There's nothing rosy about being an entrepreneur. So you take it up that there are challenges more than you take it up that there are good times. If you have it in mind that the challenges are more than the good times, I think it's another way to excel. Because if you don't take it up that way, the times that the challenges will come, it will really, really bring you down. But when you have it in mind that, okay, in this business, challenges are everywhere. Of course, is the happy part that we put out there. We struggle with the challenges on our own.
And
So
then
if
put
you,
out the flashy edited
yes,
parts.
yes, like like someone was last week. I had a client. She wants a wedding cake, and I gave her a price. She was like, are you sure I'm going to get this exact? I said, that is why I'm charging you that particular amount, just so that this exact can come up.
You
And
get.
she was like, okay, no problem. And a few days time, she comes to meet me. I shouldn't worry. Her fiance's sister bakes, and I said,
Yeah.
no problem. I've had times like that where clients will get to the finishing line, like we'll get to the end of the deal, almost time for payment, and they'll be like,
You
don't
back out.
worry, I saw someone, a lot of them. It happens a lot, so I'm used to that. Do you get? It happens a lot. Initially, when before I got used to it, clients will come and you'll be like, okay, this wedding cake 150K. That's a lot of money. Oh. You get to the end of the deal and it will just be remaining payments, and in your mind you are already
Don't buy
spending your profit.
everything.
I'm telling you, you're already spending your profit. So at the end of the day, the clients will now come and tell you, don't worry, oh, I won't be doing the cake anymore. I saw someone that, at that point, if you don't have it in mind that challenges will happen, you will break down. You will just break down and be like, but this money that I've planned to do this one that I've planned, you just break down. So until I have a payment from a client, I take it that we don't have a business.
Yeah,
Until I have a payment
that's
from a
one
client,
way.
yes, I take it that I don't have a business. So that's one way of dealing with those kind of challenges. Until the
Mm.
client pays, you tell yourself that I don't have business with this person. Sometimes most of them tend to forget, especially men. I have some clients that are men. I want to make cake for my wife. I want to make it for my child. And they will tell you
Yeah.
it's in 2 weeks. You will conclude another. You will even go to the extent of dropping an account number, but they won't get back to you. Then a day to that day, you see them coming and like, okay, how are we doing the care? And you'll be like, but it's been
You still there?
2 weeks. Yes, it's been 2 weeks, and you never thought to message me. Well, I felt you
Um,
weren't going to do the job anymore, and they'll be like, no, I forgot, work, this, that. I've had cases like that a lot of times, and I'll end up doing an emergency job, sacrificing my whole night and all that. So
yeah.
there are challenges. The challenges are a lot, but you just tell yourself that the challenges are more than the rosy times. When the
To
rosy
help
time
you.
comes, of course, yes, you'll be happy, but to
Barrister
help.
Azubike Ihe Meje, he said you're doing well. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Barrister.
barrister.
And Odogu Joy said, well done, Mina.
Thank you,
Um,
Joy.
Judy Wealth, I see you. That's my favorite girl. Thank you,
Thank
Obomate,
you.
Jack Chris, all of you here. I sometimes I don't see the problem I have it on Facebook because some people will call me later and say, you did not call my name, you did not give me shout out. See, you have to either make a comment or something for me to see you. I'm on live and I'm only seeing 10 people here, but when I go off live, I'll see 100 people viewed. So don't I don't know, apart from the likes, that if I know your DP, if it comes up, I'll not say, okay, this is the person. So sometimes just drop a
Okay.
message so that I can call your name. I really appreciate your time here. I don't take it for granted. That's why I'm doing this. I keep mentioning it. I keep calling people as a way of saying thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Hope you enjoy this segment. Is available for, I know the topic, I can make input. If I know the topic, I can make input. Okay, Obama said Jack Reese. This is entrepreneurs' testimony, where entrepreneurs tell their story of their journey so far in the entrepreneurship world. And we do this every Tuesday and Thursdays. And today we are having Ekemz. Ekemz is into pastry, baking, cooking, and all that. So she's just telling us her story, the journey so far. Okay, Joseph Adams, welcome. Thank you. So you can, if you follow her, any questions you want, you could ask. She's available. She's on Instagram and on Facebook. You can send her a message if you have any business for her. She's in Port Harcourt. She's a Port Harcourt based, but she travels, so location is not the barrier. If you have business for her, call her. She is available, and as she said, like she said, you have to confirm for yourself. Her pastries are wonderful, but you have to confirm for yourself. So please make your orders, book her, and that is how we encourage entrepreneurs. Like we also say, please don't do overnight booking. That also reduces the quality of your work because of this will
Emergency
not be
booking.
found.
Okay.
Yes, give time. Go a week. Most of the things we'll do is she a caterer. And yes, she
Yeah,
is. She's a
yeah.
caterer. Yes, she is. She's a caterer, a professional caterer, and she's been doing beautifully well for ourselves. So, Ekims, I'm going to let you go now. Do you have any last word for us?
Thank you for having me, Tiana. I'm really, really happy to share my journey
Thank
right
you
here.
so
And
much. I really appreciate the time. Don't know what this does. Let me tell you, I've not really said my story, but I'm going to tell you something. You know, since I started this journey, my own one of the problems I have is with people. You know, somebody can just you call somebody. Like I've been keeping in touch with you, Abby. I called you
yeah,
yesterday and today. I
yeah.
can do that with a client yesterday, today. The person will cancel my segment
Wow.
on that. They said someone did 2 hours to my program. Then you begin to
Think.
wrap your head like, how can I get? Because it's not so easy when you're telling somebody come and be a replacement to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult, but you have to. And since you're just starting, imagine canceling shows because somebody blacked out. You're canceling shows. So when somebody agrees to come and the person comes, I don't take it for jokes. I really appreciate you.
Thank
Thank you so much
you.
for doing this to me. And Edie family, Milani, she's saying lovely segment.
I
Thank you so much.
will.
Really appreciate. Jim Brown was here. I thank you. So guys, we'll be letting her go now so she can go do other things.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Thank
to
you.
follow her
Thank you.
up
Thank
on
you
her
very
social
much.
media page. I love you so much. Thank you guys. I appreciate.
Thank
Bye, baby.
you, Tiana. Bye.
Okay, guys. So if you're here, thank you. I appreciate you for doing this from the beginning till this point. And like you know, we always give business tips before we call it a day. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about agriculture. Agriculture is a very large business. You don't have to do everything in agriculture. People are already doing it. But you know you can repackage goods. You can repackage and sell. Yes. You can go to a market, a village or something where they do corn or yes, corn. If you get those corn, you dry them. You remove them from the cob, the corn cob. You package them like such. Then all you need to do is look for a market for yourself. If you want to go to the local markets, please do. If you want to go to supermarkets, please do. And last time I also told you, you don't have to start business on your own. There are people that have already started. You can buy from them and resell. What this does for you is that they have their customers already. So all they have to do is if somebody calls them from a location where you buy, they will just send you to sell to them your own product. They don't have to wait bill, they don't have to send. We had Tiger Nut by JC. He deals on everything Tiger Nut. You already know. If you're wise, you go. If you want to really start up business, go and look for her. Get Tiger Nut juice from her. Let her be referring you. She has powder, she has other things that could stay. So you don't have to go and start looking from the scratch. We had legit kuli kuli. You can also buy. She has sex drips and all that. Go, my videos are there. I don't delete them, so you can always watch and get back to people. We had Dika's food mats. It's Christmas. You don't have to wait till 23rd Christmas to begin to buy foodstuff. You can get them to supply you. Give a down payment so that they'll buy your things early. Do you understand? We have Choplicious. She's into food too. So I call these people back to keep reminding you that you have options. You must not go and starting afresh. You can buy from people and resell. What happens is that from their own city, some are in Port Harcourt, some are in Lagos, some are in so from their own city. If they are like, for example, if you are in always available for a segment, oh, thank you. I will invite you one of these days. I'll call you. My next week is booked, so my upper week then I'll get you Ubomate to come talk to us. That brings me to it. Judy Welch, you asked for somebody that knows about importation, China importation. Next week, Thursday, I'm working on that. I'll get you your guests so that you can engage with her. Thank you so much for making that request. I've been working hard to get you that, and I have got the perfect person for that for you. So, guys, like I said, this is entrepreneur's testimony. No job is easy, and I always tell you, don't push it. If you're not into entrepreneurship. We don't want the hustle, the bustle of entrepreneurs and all the. Please maintain your 5 to 3, your 8 to 5 jobs. Don't go into the entrepreneurs world if you are not ready for the ups and downs. That being said, we're going to be calling it a day today, and don't forget we do this every Tuesday and Thursdays, 4 p.m. Nigerian time. The videos are always there for replay. Follow us on all our social media handles and keep it dates us next week. Bye.